think they've released this in a previous scheme as well. So these parts may have featured on Hearns before. PR, what is this one? 16 XVI. Hello, I am Kobey from Hearns Hobbies, and today we'll be looking at the Havilland Mosquito PR. What is this one? 16 XVI. So this is a de Havilland Mosquito, and it is in a photo reconnaissance version. So it has the glass nose and all of the little holes down here for the cameras to be positioned through, and it is in the nice photo reconnaissance blue. So let's have a look into this kit. This one has just arrived back in Australia in anticipation of the new Mosquito that will be coming out again. A newer version, the drone version I believe it was, or the target tug version. So, box art here is one of the schemes that you get in the box, which is a really nice British PR blue with some stripes, and then a nice vibrant tail. You also get an American scheme in here in the box, which we'll quickly look at in the instructions. But yes, this is the photo reconnaissance version. There were 439 of this type produced. And only one of them remains today, which is actually an Australian one. So our Australian A52 600 still is the only one left of this in the world. And it is being restored, I'm pretty sure. It had a service ceiling of 11,700 meters, and it featured a pressurized cabin. So straight off the bat, we've got the decals here. Nice small sheet in very, very nice, good register. Put those ones aside. And this is a newer tool by Airfix. I believe it is from around 2020. Does it say on here? No, but if you look on ScaleMates, you will be able to determine when exactly this was produced. Okay, so we're putting all of this together. So this would be the Bombay, but because it's photo reconnaissance, it will be carrying cameras. And then we're putting the aft section of the cockpit in. Cockpit seats going in. You've got the instrument panel down here. Putting that one in there. Got the control. This was a two-man crew. You had the pilot and the navigator / observer. And then all of that going into the side section of the fuselage. Here you've got a jig for drilling these ones out, the holes. So they're offset, but you will need to use this jig to drill the 3 holes for the there's like navigation lights, I'm pretty sure. And then you're going to be putting in the glass piece, the plastic perspex clear piece there. And then we've also got over here, you're putting in the lens sections for the camera. So you've got 2 in the front and 2 in the rear, I believe. Putting the tail together. Landing gear all going into place, fitting into place. Very, very nice. Oil section here. Wing sections fitting together, which is nice. Got the exhaust stacks being positioned in here. There's also a jig for those as well, which is nice. Lots and lots of jigs. More of the exhaust going into place here. Oh, it's not jig, glue it in. Glue it in. It's going to be glued in, I believe. Yeah, it's glued into the actual section there. Okay. When putting this model with the undercarriage up, cutway highlighted in green in this step before assembling, then part F34 miss out on step 49 below. Okay, so this is a mask. So if you're going to be building it wheels down, you want to use this mask, which is a piece of plastic that you can then remove after you've painted the model to then put the rest of the gear in. Okay. So here you go, putting those landing gear in once you've painted the model, I presume. Putting the propellers on and the hubs. Doing the other landing gear section over here. Oh. Oh yes, there's one and then the other. Left and then right. Okay, I thought they might have given us too many sections of the instruction book. But that was just the same, but for the opposite side. Okay, and then you're putting this bay in here with the glass pieces. So you've got 3 cameras up the top and then 1 in the rear. These will be options potentially, otherwise I think both of the versions use them, but you should be able to use it without. These are extended range fuel tanks. You've got the pilot going in here, and they're up here, and then you've got the canopy. There's two different versions you can use, one with the bubble on the top for observation, or just the regular type. I think they're for two different schemes, so the American version uses the regular, and the British uses the bubble. And then you're fitting those on there, putting the clear nose on, adding your tail wheel, a couple of little parts going on here, and then you're done. So this is number 60 squadron in South Africa, South African Air Force in Italy. Interesting. There you go, 1945, end of the war, January 1945. Very, very interesting. And then down here we've got the 653rd Bomb Group, 25th Bomb Group, Bomb Squadron, 25th Bomb Group, 325th Photographic Wing of the United States Army Air Force, and the Royal Air Force, Watton, Norfolk, England. Very, very nice. They've also given you the millimeters that the invasion stripes are to be painted onto this model, which is quite nice. So you can mask those ones up in beautiful fashion. There you go. Let's have a quick look at the plastic. It's going to be very, very similar to a lot of the newer Airfix models, and especially their Mosquito, as I think they've released this in a previous scheme as well. So this bag may have been, these parts may have featured on Hearns before. Here we've got the first sprue here, very, very nice. We have a little bit of flash, nothing to worry about though. It's all in sections that you're going to be cutting off anyway. The sprue gates, fuselage section here, molded really, really nicely, and there's some fabulous, look at that, fabulous detail down there. Holy schmoly, wonderful. And we've got this one over here, same over there. Really, really, really nice. Very, very nice. This is the photo reconnaissance sprue here, by the looks of it, frame D. This has just got the parts for all of the camera sections. Instead of a bomb bay, you've got this section where the camera equipment would be put in there. So that's all specific to this. Tail wheel, pilot, seat, cockpit sections, all included in here. Instrument panel, molded really nicely for 1/72 scale. This will be a duplicate sprue, or close enough to it. If you hold it up, yeah, they're essentially the same sprue. So we'll just look at one. You got one of the props over here. Well, you've got a prop there. Some of the landing gear bay doors over here. There's one of those long-range fuel tanks. Here you have the mask for the wheelbase. Section for the exhaust stacks there, and then them there. And then finally you've got the wings over here, so really, really nicely molded. A couple of rivet details in there, which is nice. This was a wooden aeroplane, so you're not going to find too many rivets. It was made out of wood and shaped. So it was very light, and it flew past radar. It was a lot harder to pick this up on radar, being made out of wood. And then they've given you a new sprue for all the clear parts, because you've got this here, and then the standard one, and you'll also have this extension for all the photo reconnaissance lenses there. So yeah, there you go. Well, that has been a really, really quick look, but a really nice look at, I think, an absolutely stunning kit for a 1/72 scale Mosquito. This is the one to get. I'm biased because I love the photo reconnaissance blue. Any aeroplane in that blue, whether it's a Spitfire, a Mosquito, anything, PR blue makes it really pop. It's a really, really nice color, especially the American one with the red tail, even the British one with the red and white tail. This is a really fantastic kit, and that detail in the cockpit really sold me on this model. So there you have it. That has been the Mark 16 photo reconnaissance de Havilland Mosquito. Yeah, de Havilland Mosquito. There we go. Well, thank you for watching this review. I hope you've had a great day, and I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing of the model, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks guys.